Hey, what's up? Ian here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to my channel, and if this is your first time watching my video, I do mostly audio product reviews, and if you are interested in this type of content, do consider to subscribe, and that will help me and my channel out a lot. Alright, so today I'm going to talk about this Shanling M0 Pro digital audio player, or DAP in short. But before I begin, I'd like to thank Hi-Fi Go for sending this to me, making this video possible. However, please note that everything I say in this video is my own opinion. It is not scripted, and Hi-Fi Go will watch this video with you guys. So in this video, I'll go through the accessories, the specifications, design and build quality, the features, and the sound. But don't worry, this video will be timestamped, so please feel free to skip around. Right, so the M0 Pro is retailing at $129 US, and for those of you who are interested, do check out the unaffiliated links in the description below. And it comes in this very nice box here. M0 Pro doesn't have a picture of the player outside, but it's fine. At the back you do get some specifications, and that's about it. Very nice box, and the unboxing is really nice. And inside the box you get some write-up, warranty card, and quick start guide. Okay, you get a USB-C to USB-A charging cable, and you get an extra screen protector. So already installed on the player is a screen protector. I'm not too sure if you can see, but if you scratch this one, at least you have a spare one. Okay, and that's inside this box. Now these two accessories right here, let me just put this one side. Now these two accessories is being sold separately, right? You have your carrying case, this protective case, right, is $11 US, and I find that it's a very well built case. Look at the intricate stitching and all that. So the smaller the item, the harder it is to make, and this is a very small item, and I find that $11 is very worth it for this leather case. Okay, and this cable here, so this is a very special cable. It's a balance cable, and it's special because it's balanced out from 3.5. Normally for 3.5 is not balanced, is single-ended, but this is a special player. It's got a balanced output at 3.5, so you need to have this special cable, and it's being sold separately. Unfortunately, I think it's being sold about $20 odd US, but it's well worth getting this cable. If you can, then you get balanced output. Right, so that's for the accessories. Now let's quickly go through the specifications. Now inside this player is got two ES9219C DAC chip. It's got this specially developed 3.5 balance output headphone jack. So as I mentioned, right, you need to have this cable here in order to enjoy the balance output. But if you just plug in a normal headphone cable, and that's just going to be single-ended. Okay, the Bluetooth, right, so this one have Bluetooth, and it's got two-way Bluetooth, which means this can behave as a transmitter or a receiver. It's either or. Okay, you can't have both, but yeah, it can be a transmitter, which means you can transmit Bluetooth signal to your wireless earbuds, or it can receive Bluetooth signal from a source. So this becomes a receiver, and whatever is being played on the source is being received here and played out from your earphones. Okay, and then for the Bluetooth codec, in both ways, it's got high definition LDAC codec, which makes this high resolution wireless. So it's got two certification here: high res audio, which is the wired one, and you have a high-res audio wireless. Okay, it's also got aptX X, AAC, SBC, the usual. Okay, the screen itself is 1.54 inch HD screen, right? And it's at the bottom here, it supports up to a 2 terabyte micro SD card. Right, so I think you can put your entire library into this player and can bring it around. How good is that? Alright, and it supports sync link function. Sync link function is for the phone. Alright, you can link it with your phone. You can control this player with your phone and all that, with a few features. Okay, now the power output for this, you can power most headphones, the output is up to 236 milliwatts at 32 ohms. Okay, and it's got high and low gain modes. Now the chipset in here is Nginx X1000, and on the player itself, it's got this M-Touch OS system. Is their own Shanling proprietary system. And the bottom here you have the USB DAC. Right, so this connector here, it's got two ways, right? It can be a charging port, and it can be a DAC, or it can be an audio as well. So audio out from here as a USB DAC, or audio out from the player to your earphones or whichever. Okay. Now the battery on this is got a 650 milliamps battery, and it will last up to 14.5 hours. It lasted me the entire day, right? And well, even after the entire day, it had about one notch left, so it's okay. It lasts most of my working day, right? So pretty good battery life, and you can charge it anytime anyway. Right, so that's for the specs. Now let's go through the menu of this. So as you can see, this is the moment you turn it on, is on the play menu, and then when you press and hold on this, you go to your home page. Try that again. Okay, press and hold, you go to your home page. Right, so at the home page here, you will see a few options. It's like a carousel system, so just swipe. So you can swipe left or right. So the first cog is the system cog, and then you got playback, folders, my music, now playing, and that's it. Right, so in system, there's quite a few functions here. Okay, you got your update music. So whenever you add music into this player, you have to update. You can either choose automatic update. Every time you turn it on, it will automatically search for new music, or you can manually update it. Right, now as you can see, now I'm in this the bottom of this tree of the system. I can go back up by swiping left or swiping right. Okay, next would be Bluetooth. So you can turn on your Bluetooth, and then you can connect to your Bluetooth source, or you can connect to your Bluetooth as a Bluetooth receiver. Okay, so you got Bluetooth headset, or you can search the quality of the sound that you can choose. You want to have LDAC normal, or FXX or AAC, depending on your source. If your source supports all these codecs, this player will support as well. Okay, and also your receiver, your earbuds or anything like that, it needs to have that support as well. Okay, and then you have sync link. As I mentioned, you can link this to your phone. You can adjust your brightness of the player. You can adjust. We can turn on the lyrics mode if you want, and then you can adjust the time whereby the screen goes off. 10 seconds all the way to 40 seconds. The idle time, you can put it to auto standby or auto shutdown, up to you. As sleep timer. So if you are sleeping with this player, you can set the timer to turn off all the way up to 3 hours from 15 minutes. And then I spoke about the USB. So this USB port here, the moment you plug it in, it can act as three different options. First one is USB storage, which means that you can access the SD card on this player, and then you can add songs into the SD card, or you can use it as a USB DAC, which means when you connect to a source, whatever song or music you're playing from the source will come out from this player as a DAC, and then goes out to your headphones. Okay, or you can use this as a USB audio, which means this can be connected to another DAC, and that DAC is transmitting or pumping music out to your headphones. Okay, so three different modes. Let me just go back here again. Or you can swipe, right? Just swipe and go back to the menu. And then you have your clock. You can adjust your clock, the lock screen, volume lock. You can lock your volumes. The wheels shortcut, you can set this as well. You double click to do something, or triple click to do something. It's up to you. You can set this. Your DSD mode, you can do DS2, DOP, or native. USB audio output, it can be volume fixed or variable, up to you. And then you can turn on the output. So if you are playing this in your car, you can use this as a PO, power output. So basically the volume is going to be very loud. So make sure that you do not connect your headphone and put the headphone in your ear with this option turned on, okay, because this will set the volume to the max. All right, and that will really damage your ears. And then you have your in-vehicle. I'm not too sure what this is because I haven't tried it before. You can change the theme, change the language, and you got about, and you do a factory reset, and you can do a system update. So basically what happens is that you can go to Shanling's website, download the update, put it or load it into the root memory of the SD card, insert the SD card into the player, and it will automatically update this player. Okay, now next is playback. So you can adjust the max volume. You can set the max volume if you want, so you don't want to accidentally damage your ears. This is a good option. The default volume as well, you can turn on the volume memory. So basically you can adjust if you want to whatever volume you want. Artist list display, you can choose whether you want to have artists or album artists. Some people like album artists. Resume mode, you can resume to the track or resume to the location, or you can just entirely turn it off. You can turn on gapless play if you have a lot of those continuous albums, and then you can turn on your EQ, right? So you can customize your EQ, you can adjust it to your preference, okay? So you can also have some presets: soft rock, pop, live, lobby, headphones, X bass, and so forth. Okay, a lot of EQ here, and the gain. So as I mentioned, you can either choose high gain or low gain, and the replay gain, you can turn it on the audio track or the album itself. And filter, you can change this filter. I've not played around with this. You can either have a linear phase fast filter or the apodized fast filter, up to you. I've not played around with this. And then you can change your channel balance. If your hearing is not balanced, you can change this to balance it. Right, and the play mode, you can either play the whole list or repeat the track, or you can play shuffle, okay, up to you, or repeat all, okay. And then folder, so you can I'm not too sure what folder skip is, but yeah. Right, so next is folders. So you can actually view the folders or all the songs that you have added in here, and it's all here. You can select it, you can go into that, and of course my music. So in my music, you can there's a few options. You can open all, you can open to my favorites, you can take a look at the list of my favorites, go to the album, artist, composer, playlist if you have any, genre, frequent play, or recent played, or recent added, all this. So the options is there, and of course now playing, and that's it. And at the home screen or at any screen, you can swipe up and you have a shortcut. So you can turn on or off your Bluetooth, you can increase or decrease the brightness of the player, you can play and pause, forward or backwards, and change the play type. Okay, and that's it. I'm not too sure what I did to make the system restart, but yeah, but that's how it is. It's a small compact player, and it's functional. It plays high resolution audio through wire and Bluetooth, and also it receives high resolution Bluetooth audio as well. So it's a very versatile, compact, small player, and is very nice and very convenient to play. Now let's talk about the sound, and for that let me just compare it with some other players that I have here with me, and I just want to first talk about the sound of this player, right? Now the sound stage, overall sound stage of this player is very wide sound stage, and very detailed as well. Okay, so the whole detail retrieval on this is really fantastic. I can hear a lot of nuances of this from this player. Very clear player. Of course it depends on the file that you're playing. You know, most of the files that I play is FLAC, and whatever is being reproduced from this player is very clear. And compared to the other player, the Sony, right, is the least detailed that I've heard. but the most musical. Okay, but in terms of the details, I think I would put this somewhere here. Okay, that is the arrangement I would put when I listen to all this. Okay, now resolution, same, right? This is somewhere up here, well, maybe somewhere around here. Okay, now in terms of the overall sound signature of this tone and tempo of the player that it produced, this is a very bright, in fact the brightest player that I have. And again, I would put it here, and this is, maybe this will be brighter than this, and then the Sony is the least. Okay, this M0 Pro is the brightest player that I have, and it's very bright. The note weight is very thin as well. It's the thinnest of all this as well, and it's dry, right? It's not very warm. It's not a very warm player. As compared to all these players, this is the driest player that I have, and very thin in terms of the sound that is being produced. But in terms of being analytical and very clear, precise, this is the top of the line in terms of the sound is being produced. So I find that this is a very analytical and critical type of player. If you listen to a lot of classical, this is a very, very good DAC chip inside there. It produces very clean, crystal clear sound. So in terms of clarity is there, the brightness is there, the overall neutral sounding experience, right, is a very neutral sounding and analytical sound from this player. Okay, so overall in terms of the player itself, I find that this is a very good player for, you know, if you want to really focus on your music, this is a very good player. Okay, but if you want something more musical, then of course it's the Sony, but this could be musical as well if you want, and you can adjust by adjusting the EQ, right? But by default, this is a very bright, very analytical sound signature that's being produced, and very clear as well. Alright, so in conclusion, now $129, this is a very, very good player for the sound that it produced. For the overall performance of this player, you can connect it and you have balanced output, and you can store up to 2 terabytes of all your songs, carry it around with you, and listen to a lot of very high resolution audio with high resolution Bluetooth output. And I do recommend this player at $129. It really does outperform the price that it's asking for. Very nice player, very nice and small, and I like it very much. Alright, so that concludes my overall review and impression of this Shanling M0 Pro digital audio player. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and learned something from this video, and if you did, do consider to give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click on the bell so that you get notified of my future videos. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.